Assalamu alaikum, everybody, and welcome to the 7th episode of Friday Night Live. In the studio with us here, we have brother Amir, or Robert.
Yeah.
And we have Daniela. Nice to meet you both.
Nice to meet you too.
And Daniela is a little bit nervous, but she'll do just fine. So guys, thank you first for coming onto the show. I really appreciate this, and honestly, this is probably one of the most interesting episodes that I've conducted on this show, and I really am looking forward to hearing what you guys have to say.
Mm-hmm.
So first of all, I'd like people to know who you are. So, brother Amir, can you introduce yourself?
Okay. I myself is Chinese, so my Chinese name will be Ta Hon Yu.
Okay.
It means the one who spread the happiness.
Okay. Mashallah.
So after I become a Muslim, I choose a Arabic name because last time they told me that the more Arab you are, the more Muslim you will be.
Okay.
So I decided to choose a nice name. So I take out the name of Ahmad Hafiz Amiruddin. So people sometimes call me Amir, call me Robert, or call me Ta.
So where did Robert come from?
Robert is when I was very young. I say to my mom, I want an English name.
Oh,
It seems
okay.
nice.
Okay.
And my mom said, okay, you just take Robert. Okay, then I take Robert.
Okay.
Nice.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
But no one calls you Bob.
But
No, Bob.
Bob, because
Yeah.
Robert is usually it's
nickname, right?
Yeah.
nickname for
Yeah.
Bob for Robert. Yeah.
No, not really.
Okay.
Well, Daniela, please introduce yourself.
Me?
Mhm.
Okay, I'm Daniela.
Yes.
I didn't choose any Muslim name or anything.
Mhm.
Actually, some people ask me, okay, you are Daniela, so now that you are Muslim, which is your Muslim name? I say Daniela.
Nani lakko.
Yeah, like Danny, because I feel that if I change my name, I already changed my whole life, so my parents would feel like, okay, hold on, like I gave you this name, you are for me Daniela, now how do you want me to call you? So, okay, I didn't say I'm from Colombia, and I'm
Here.
yeah.
Now that you guys have introduced yourself, already from your introduction, there's so much I want to ask, there's so much I want to know. But first of all, we'll start way back. We'll start at the beginning. Like, how was your life before Islam?
My life before Islam.
Yeah.
I born in a Buddhism family.
Okay.
My mom and dad is quite a hardcore Buddhist.
Okay.
They will attend the conference, they attend their cell groups to be a good Buddhist.
Okay.
So in my home there is lots of philosophical books. Actually, Buddhism by itself is a philosophy to educate human to be human.
Okay.
Therefore, I have been immersed in those kind of things. So since young, I keep thinking about what is the meaning of life, why am I here, why I am myself, and where am I going to?
Difficult questions.
Keep questioning. My mom said that, can you please stop asking all this questions and live your life? Okay. So I have been keep searching. Therefore, I go to Buddhism, I go to Christianity, I go to atheism, go to science and logic to fulfill my curiosity. But they don't give me solid answer. They just answering as if they are answering, but they are not really straight to the point and directly fulfill what my curiosity.
Yeah. That's really interesting. So why the change from like I like this one is honestly the more interesting one to me. Like, I understand going from one religion to another, but why would you go from religion to atheism?
Because in Malaysia, for most of the Chinese belief, it is mixed up. There is Buddhism, Taoism, and Confucianism. We call it BTC belief for Chinese in Malaysia.
Okay.
Therefore, they will always tell me that the adult always told me that you must be a good person. Therefore, after you die, you can go to heaven. You can go to paradise. So, being a Buddhist, I keep doing good stuff. I see my dad doing good stuff as well as my mom. But then my dad passed away.
Oh.
My dad passed away since I was five. In my the father image in my mind since young is that he's a really good person. He is very kind. He wouldn't spend much time with his friend, but spend the time with families, with mom and children. But then he's very kind until there's one clean up session in my house. There's a spider web. My mom said that we need to clean this. My father said that give the spider some time to move out from the house. If not, then we wouldn't clean this part. So kind is this person. So I said that okay, this guy must be entering paradise, right? So after my dad passed away, in Chinese religion, I mean Chinese belief, they burn the the hell banknote, the banknote, the cash, the
belongings, not really belongings.
It's like they have cash for hell usage.
Oh, okay.
This is the currency in hell.
Oh, okay.
So I say, Mom, why are you burning all this stuff? What if your father go to hell, so he can use all this money for his afterlife? Then I was like, stop. What you have been telling me that if you are being good guy, you can enter paradise. So this is not solid. I can't find confidence in this so-called belief, this religion. So I decided from Buddhism, also called the BTC, I shifted to atheism. Because since they didn't teach me much about God, didn't teach me much about creation, just to teach me about how to overcome your heart desire, how are we going to interact with people. It's more to day-to-day interaction. This is the religion being taught by the Chinese.
That's
so
really
this is the first transition.
Mashallah, that's really interesting. I definitely want to know more now.
I didn't know anything about it.
Chinese.
Well, now I'll switch the question to you, Daniela. How was your life before you embraced Islam?
Now we are going to the other part of the world, right?
North America.
Yeah. So most of in South America, most of us, we are Catholic, right? Because we were conquered by Spain.
Yes.
So, well, I grew out in Catholic family, but my parents don't practice much. I studied in Catholic school as well my whole life. So my mom is really religious. My dad, like he just said, there is a light, that God is light, and God is the good that you are, and this and that. But my mom is the one who pushed both of us, my dad and I, to go to church. Nowadays, now actually we are in Eastern, so it's when Jesus die and all this kind of celebration.
Okay.
Right, yeah, today is Friday, so it's supposed Friday
Good
Jesus
Friday.
passed away. Right? I don't know how to crucified, yeah. English,
okay,
I don't know in English though.
All right, okay.
So for me, I just follow, same like you. You were born Muslim, so you just follow what your family makes you. So about religion, I never asked myself about religion. I was a really happy person. Just lived. I believe in God. I used to pray and the stuff, but not much. For me, I'm only child, so I have a lot of attention. So alhamdulillah, I have never suffered so seriously in life. But then it was a point where I was finishing my first degree. So then, even though I said, okay, I have my family, I have love, I have a place to sleep, I have food, I have friends, I'm studying, but I have all of that, but I don't feel it complete, and sometimes in Colombia we love partying. Yeah.
Hearty culture, yes.
Yeah, we love partying, and so I used to go out with my friends, but at the same time it's I don't like this. So it's you just follow the society. You just follow what you have to do. But I remember I used to question myself. I feel like I'm pretending. Sometimes my friends ask me, okay, let's go out. It's Friday, so we have to go out.
You have to go.
Yeah, it's it's Friday. It's the weekend.
It's their Friday prayer. Juma.
No, and then I change. And then, before I get fixed, dress up to go to party. But then I used to tell my friends, now we dress up to meet Allah, on Friday. So, subhanAllah. And it's subhanAllah, it's amazing though. I still have my Friday. My Friday celebration.
Okay, that is really interesting.
Yeah.
To put it, yeah.
Yeah, and then I changed it in that way because I used to remember you get okay, you're pretty, you have to dress up. And even though when you go to the club, they look at you, and if you are not well dressed, they don't let you go in.
Well dressed
Yeah.
must be sexy or.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Sometimes for the girls, I never dress in that sexy way. I don't know.
Okay.
Like my dad usually, actually, it's funny, but my dad usually bought me like really low clothes.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. So it's
Yeah,
only.
Oh.
yeah, somehow, like
Preparing you.
I don't know, but maybe because I'm only child, I don't know. And even though, for example, my mom also took care of me until I was 5.
Mm.
Oh.
So yeah, it's it's like I when I tell my story every time. Last time one of my friends said like Allah really take care of you somehow, you know, like somehow you are protected. So as I told you, when one of my friends asked me, okay, let's go out, I have to look for an excuse. You know, I sometimes say, oh, what should I say now? My mom didn't allow me. I don't have money. You know, it's like, and then I will invite you. I will talk to your mom. I'm like, I don't want to go out. So and I wasn't like I used to drink but not much. I used to like dance more, but then I swear like when I was in the place, then okay, you live the moment, but then you are still kind of empty. And then when I was finishing my major, I was in my last year. I was asking, so what is next? I don't want to work. I'm not ready to work. I'm not ready to grow up somehow.
Okay.
So it's like, what I'm here? See, so what will fills me? Like if my friends doesn't fit me, and it's like I don't want to go in drugs. I don't want to go in alcohol. You know, I don't want to just hang out with boys and be here and there. You know, it's like I want something nice. But yeah, I never questioned myself. Like when I met Islam when I traveled to the United States to study English. So let's say I was like in Selpat.
Okay.
Yeah, so there were a lot of international students, most of them from the Middle East. So the first time that I saw a Muslim girl, it was summertime. It was like 40 degrees. I was like, what's going on here? You're all covered up. It's 40 degrees, and I'm all, sexy way. And it was like, but she was covered, but in a really nice way. Like it was beautiful somehow. And then back at home, I never learned about Islam. We think Islam is just for Arabs. That you pray in a weird way. You go to the floor and you have a different God. Like the name is different, and you go to this big cube. Like we don't have any idea. We know like there are like monotheism. We study in school somehow, but not deeply. You hear about Muhammad ﷺ, but not much. Like just basics. I'm in Catholic school.
Yeah, of course. They won't teach you that much about.
Yeah, and it was like
religion.
a really Jesuitas. I don't know. It's like they're really strict, like the way as they teach. So, but when I saw her and I asked her like, so you have like to, like you cover because your husband tells you to cover. You know, we have this stereotype that the women is oppressed in Islam, and I was like asking, so you cannot talk if you are with your husband, you cannot talk, and you have to walk behind your husband. And she said, no. Like I wear hijab because it's a way to worship Allah, and it's like a way of protection. And my husband, like I don't ask permission, like normal marriage, but not to talk, and I don't walk behind. And then she explained to me that in Islam, like women have a lot of rights, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, skeptical.
And the thing that you like more, and I liked more, like seriously, is like the women rights. And then she said like, I will work, and the money is for me.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of people do enjoy that point.
So I will like help my husband if I want, but like his responsibility is to take care of the house and this and that, and the other is just for me. And I was like, okay. Like she said, like we are like princesses, and I said, I want to be a princess after my research and stuff, like because I realized. Then I talked to brothers as well, and you have this question that men in Islam, like Muslim, can have like 20 wives, and so you can have like 20. And she said, no, just 4.
Okay.
Why you can't have 4? I can have just 1.
Yeah, there's still a topic of debate.
Yeah, that's all the time. Even nowadays, the same when in Colombia. But if I go to a taxi, most of the taxi drivers they ask you, and the first question that they ask, so Muslim can have like 4 wives or a lot of wives? And you're like, yeah, but they have some conditions, you know, like it's not just for fun. Can you handle like 4 women at the same time, like equally? It's not just. So they explained to me in that way, and I say, and the same, like even the boys, they told me women are like princesses, like Islam really gives you a lot of status, like women is like the mother. So when I searched later, I saw like women is really important as a mother. You are like raising the society. So then I realized at the same time, like after my reading, like I want to be a mom. Like I didn't want to work. I swear, I don't see myself. I don't want to follow a schedule. If I work, maybe that's why in psychology I'm happy, because if I will have my own
clinic. And,
something like
practice.
that. You know?
Okay.
Yeah. So, but it's like if being a mom is a full-time job. So why I have to go outside and suffer and then come back home and take care of my children and my husband, and because in Colombia it's like that.
Yeah, that's true. In a lot of cultures actually, and same in the Arab world. Although we claim to be like the models of Muslims or something like that, but to be honest, sadly, Arab cultures is probably the farthest from proper Islamic teachings, and that's why I have a lot of respect for converts or reverts. I actually wanted to ask, do you prefer the term converts or reverts?
I think it doesn't be a big issue. Just academically, reverts will be more
accurate.
Okay.
I just learned it when I came here, because in Spanish we say convertir, like convertir
okay.
Islam, or just say abracé, like embrace Islam, or went back to Islam, because some people say like that. You went back to Islam.
Okay. So my point is, well, for me, I see that reverts are definitely the closest image to proper Islam, because they went through the process of selecting Islam. You're right. I was born into Islam. I saw my parents do it, and then I'm just following them. But you went through the process. You went through the hard times. You went through a lot, and then reaching this decision, that makes you, in my opinion, in Allah's eyes, I'm pretty sure you're probably in a standard higher than a lot of inshallah, a standard higher than a lot of Muslims that claim to be Muslims, or at least by name. So this is the question I wanted to ask: How did you come to Islam? How, like for you, you said that the first time you saw a Muslim woman was during the Selpad stage in America. But how did you pick Islam?
So I was there during 3 months, and I saw them, like even they didn't practice as you said, you know. But what I like is they knew, like, their belief, you know. They knew, if I tell no, Jesus is God, no way, like I cannot change their mind, you know. I can tell whatever, but it's so fair, because one of them, he asked me that, why you say Jesus is God? I said, no, Jesus is not God, he's the Son of God. How come? Like, if you say that Jesus is the Son of God, then you said God is human because he has a son, and when he started, I said, just shut up, I don't know.
Don't ask me these questions.
But then it's like, you see, they know that there is a creator, there is merciful, you know. I mean, you are here just to please him. Even when I ask her, like, because usually when you are with someone from another country, you ask for language. So with my friend, she used to say, like, Alhamdulillah, Inshallah. I say, why everything is with Allah? Bismillah, Alhamdulillah, Inshallah, Allah. Why all Allah? And then she said, because Allah is in everything. So we are all the time making thanks to him. Like, remind him all the time. And I was, okay, this is nice. Makes sense. And it's like, I have never said thank you, you know? I used to go to pray before I used to go to sleep, but we don't go directly to Allah. I used to go because my mom loves Virgin Mariam a lot. Okay. So I used to go to the Virgin and I used to tell, please tell God, you know, Virgin tell God, or Jesus tell God. But I never went directly to God. But after I came back after those 3 months, I saw them like praying, and I saw them fasting for 1 week, and they explained to me that is 1 month without eating, and I said, I'm not going to do this. And you know, also we're in the hijab and stuff, so I'm not going to do this. But then I said, after he said like like Jesus is not God. You know, like something was there.
Yeah.
So I said, let me read about this.
Okay.
Because in that time my English wasn't that good. I was just learning. So when I went back, I started to read and to find out everything is the same. Like Catholic and Islam is the same, just that Islam comes and like rearrange everything, and it gives a reason for everything, a logical reason. It doesn't say you have to do this because I want to.
Yeah.
No, it has a reason behind. So, and then as I told you, women's rights was the best for me.
Okay.
So
This is actually a point that a lot of people keep arguing, that women in Islam are oppressed. So,
but even the some Arabs think like that, but it's, as you said, like Islam is one thing and culture and tradition is another thing. So you have to see, like, Islam is perfect. Islam comes from God. We are humans and we destroy everything.
that is very true.
So it's like, that's why as a Muslims we have to keep studying all the time, and we have to know our religion and what we are practicing.
That is very important.
So, for example, I didn't start to wear hijab the next day, and I start to eat halal, and I even continue going party, you know.
Okay.
But at the same time, I still keep reading, and then I understand. And then as far as you read, it's supposed that you should apply, because now you have the knowledge.
Yeah.
So it's your duty to follow, right? Even it's hard. But I felt guilty, because I'm telling you, I went back partying, and then I said I should be praying right now, and I'm not praying. So what to do? You know, you start to somehow and even with food and with hijab, and then, but I said, let me understand it first. And they, like, you have to do it because you want to, not because someone is pushing you. Because I saw in my community some of the girls embrace Islam, but then they go away, because some of us, sometimes when you are a convert, you become really strict, because you took it every so serious. Like, you go, like, you really need someone to explain to you somehow.
That's true.
But some of the converts, they really judge you, like, why you are not wearing hijab? Why are you still shaking hands with men? Why? Okay, hold on, I'm in a process, you know?
Yeah. This is
So
important.
what I did, because I felt like that, I said, this is just between me and Allah. Islam is not a carry for you. I had that clear. So let me understand, and I will do it little by little. Then I became Muslim actually on Monday will be 8 years.
Oh, mashallah. Okay, so 8-year anniversary. Okay.
Yeah, so I didn't start praying straight away, but I became in April, so Ramadan was in August. So Ramadan helped me to start to pray like on time, kind of.
We will look into that in more detail. This is in the
actually,
process.
I told you, I talk about.
It's okay. No. And now, Brother Amir, actually, I asked you this on WhatsApp, but I'm asking you again. Do you prefer to go by Amir, or what's the name that you prefer to go by? Like, if you had to choose a name.
No, I prepare lots of names for people to call me with their most comfortable.
Okay. That is actually a very smart idea. I like it. I'm gonna take that.
Prepare lots of names.
Yeah, prepare lots of names. Okay, so Brother Amir, I want you to tell me about how your life was before Islam, and how did you come? Sorry, we answered that question. How did you come to the decision that you wanted to convert to Islam?
So before I go into the stage of becoming a Muslim, I became a Christian first.
Yeah.
So from my atheist, I know about Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I went to their silent night gathering.
Okay.
After they have nice food, nice aircon, and then they put us in a room, a media room. So they start to have their slideshows explaining about the mercy of God, and finally they played a video of how Jesus is being crucified on the cross.
Okay.
This is the touching moment, you know. In the drowsy state, they suddenly got a man being crucified. He said that this man died for you. So it was a very touching, emotional moment. I said that I don't know this guy. I don't even know that he is God. They say that he is God, but I don't know. I say, okay, he seems pity. He seems want to do something for me. Okay, I say that because I'm a Chinese. Chinese are being taught that we are not going to lose. We just want to earn. Okay.
Okay.
So I said that okay, is that to become a believer, you just need to pray to Him. I said that okay, this doesn't need me to pay any cents, right? I don't need to pay any, in Malaysia we call ringgit.
Oh, okay.
So this doesn't involve money, and I have food. I can come and sing and how to say, listen to the song. I mean, those in Christianity, those praise and worship songs are very nice. Seriously.
Yeah, it's very catchy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good
So
to know.
I said, I like this atmosphere,
Okay.
and I don't need to pay any cents.
Okay.
So I said, okay, why don't I just try to believe this guy? He said that he's going to change me.
Yeah.
He's going to give me a peaceful life. Because that was 16.
Yeah.
I was 16 that time.
Yeah.
I was so stressed with my academics.
Yeah.
Especially additional mathematics. Okay. The mathematics.
Yeah, I was taking A level and O levels. A lot of my friends that were doing AHMAD really did have a hard time, so I can relate.
So that was the thing. So the mathematics pulled me down.
Yeah.
And I sense that I'm a human. I'm weak.
Yeah.
When things come, when challenges come, I can't really handle those. I need something to hold on. I said that, okay, if this is the God, this might be the way that I can, how to say, hold myself when there's such trials come. So I said, okay, let's try. I make a prayer. I said that I believe that you, Jesus Christ, is the risen Lord. So I accept you as my personal savior. So I became a Christian.
Okay.
So
That's how you become a Christian?
So they have their own shahada?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I mean, in Christianity, shahada is like just like I admit that I'm a sinner. I admit that you are the Jesus Christ, the Son of God. I need you as my personal savior. So that's all. In Jesus' name, I pray. Then I'm being a Christian.
Okay.
So start from that day. They say that they show me one big book, the Bible.
Yeah.
Okay. 6,000 pages and then 2,000 plus.
Okay.
Depends on the text, on the font. They say that okay, if you want the real happiness in life, you need to read this book. Inside there's God promises and what is you being a human need to do so you can achieve the pleasure from the God. How God is being able to be happy with you. I said I'm interested with this thing, so I start to read thoroughly. I ask every single question.
Okay.
You know, in Old Testament, there's lots of rules and regulation. You need to wear this shirt when you go into the sanctuary. So you need to give the offerings. I read all those things thoroughly until my pastor said that, can you? He didn't stop me from asking question. He just direct me to another source. He said that okay, now you need a more academic style of Bible.
Okay.
So you have the tafsir without there.
Okay.
There are footnotes which explain such and such terms.
Yeah.
For example, God regret of man doing such thing.
Okay.
But my logical sense is that how can God regret? He's all knowing how. So the footnote will explain. Okay, God regret means that he's being sad, this and that. So I study deep about Bible.
Okay.
So I like those things. I've been Christian for 5 years.
Okay.
Being 3 years in the churches,
Okay.
I do church hopping.
Okay.
I go to this denomination, Methodist, Presbyterian, Seven-Hope,
Okay.
Adventist, all
Are
those
there
kind.
like different mazhabs of Christianity?
Yeah. I'm Catholic.
Yeah.
Like Christians, we have differences.
Yeah.
So all of these are like different teachings of.
They have khilaf in terms of Tawhid,
Okay.
which is quite dangerous as well. So
Okay.
for example, I was a Protestant Christian.
Yeah.
Started from Methodist.
Methodist,
So we see Catholics as
As not.
as
We are
non-genuine.
really, we are really straight, like
Like
really.
Catholics, they have idols. They say, that, oh, we are
Yeah.
not worshipping. They just, this just symbolic. But in Bible, it's clearly stated that we shouldn't have any sculptures, idols.
This
whether
is
it's
Old Testament or New
Old
Testament?
Testament.
Old Testament.
Old
Okay.
Testament.
Protestants follow the Old Testament.
as well. Yes,
Both.
both.
Okay.
It's like how to say, Old Testament give us a symbolic, and New Testament give us the realities. Because they say, okay, it's like, okay, Jesus already came, the truth already came, and things like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So after 3 years being church hopper, I say that I like this religion. I love this lifestyle, being praying to God, doing good. God promised me a heaven. I'm going to go there to the New Jerusalem, this and that. I say that now is not the time is that I need to share this faith to the others. I need to share the hope, the love, the faith to the others.
Okay.
So I decided to become a missionary.
Okay. Okay.
That was my first year.
Okay.
You were really religious. I was having
I
fun
read
and
Bible.
party and stuff.
During the 3rd year of my Christianity, I will be not uncomfortable if I didn't read Bible for a day.
Wow.
Addicted to Bible.
Okay.
To God's word.
Okay.
Cleanse me. I should say.
Okay.
So during the first year, I was in University Malaysia Sabah.
Okay.
For the audience information, Malaysia there's one state called Sabah. They are majority Christian, and the movement of gospel spread preaching
Sabah
is very
majority Christian.
Yeah.
This is the first time I know this information. Okay.
So the movement over there is very good.
Okay.
So it burns me up.
Okay.
That I wanted to be a missionary.
Yeah.
So since I'm a student, I do campus gospel movement. So we go to hostel, knock on the door, because in Malaysia as a non-Muslim we cannot share our belief, we cannot preach our religion to a Muslim. So when I knock on the door, is there any non-Muslim? So I start to invite them to the church. I start to give them food. I start to be friends with them. So I want more people to enjoy the religion of Christianity.
Okay.
Including because I found that if I was not really satisfied with my church rules and regulations, saying that you shouldn't share the Christianity to Muslim. If not, our church will be closed down. I said, okay, this is risky, but I said that by the God, I need to share this precious religion to all my friends, including Muslim.
Okay.
Because in the churches we have been teach about Muslim are following a false prophet.
Yeah.
The name is Muhammad.
Really?
My church, because I'm the kind of missionary Christian,
Yeah.
so they teach those stuff.
Yeah, definitely is going into hardcore.
Yeah, they say that okay, they worship a god which is the moon, the god of moon. The name is Allah. They say if you can relate, you see the mosque, there's a moon cascade, right?
See how they
my
create
God.
now.
You see, you know
Subhanallah.
they say that they didn't worship idol, but they worship the biggest idol in the street.
Allah.
Oh my God.
So no matter how Muslim practice, they pray 5 times a day, they fast for 30 days in Ramadan, they go for Hajj, they cover themselves, they didn't eat the so delicious pork. They will be entering hellfire if they don't accept Jesus Christ as their personal savior. They need the precious blood from Jesus Christ.
It's during this this reminds me of the ayah وَلَنْ تَرْضَ عَنْكَ الْيَهُودُ وَلَا النَّصَارَى حَتَّى تَتَّبِعَ مِلَّتَهُمْ, which translates to both Christians and Jews will not like, this is a rough translation. I don't want to make up things, but it translates to that Christians and Jews will not accept you until you follow their faith.
Yeah.
So this is exactly what you're saying.
So I was pity my Muslim friends because back then I joined so-called army training. Most of them are Muslims.
Yeah.
So I say, okay, I love my friends. They are my companions, but they are going to for my how I say, the view of my faith, they are all going to into hellfire. So I need to share my religion to them. I need to share the faith of Christianity.
Okay. So we're going to come back to that point. I really want to know more. This is probably the most interesting episode I had here on the show, but there's Adhan right now, so we have to play the Adhan, and we're going to probably come back after that. Let me just find the Adhan sound here. There we go. Okay, so so we're going to go to a quick break, guys, and then we're going to come back, and then we're going to find out how okay, this I feel like I know what's going to happen, but we're going to find out how Brother Amir has decided to choose Islam, and be sure to come back after the break, and thank you for tuning in. Wait, that's supposed to be in there. Never mind. Wait for it. Assalamu alaikum, guys. Welcome back to our second portion of the night for today's episode. For those who are joining us new, so today we have Brother Amir and Sister Daniela. I'm sorry. Brother Amir and Sister Daniela, they are reverts. They have embraced Islam. Daniela has been Muslim for 8 years.
3 years.
No, 8.
Me 3
Ah,
years.
yeah, Daniela has been.
Mashallah, you've been 3 years?
Yeah, 3 years.
So Daniela is Muslim for 8 years and Amir Muslim for 3 years. This is really exciting.
You know a lot.
And before the break, we were talking about how their journey to Islam was. Daniela shared with us, and Brother Amir was sharing with us. He was a missionary after he has embraced Christianity, and now we stopped where you are at the army service, right? Okay, so go on.
So I want to save my friends.
Yeah.
So I do it underground.
Mm.
I share with my friends, Muslim friends especially.
Mhm.
This will be my niche. So I say that I talk to them about Jesus Christ.
Mm.
I talk about because I know that in Islam there's Jesus as well. They call him Nabi Isa.
Yeah.
So I say okay. I start to have this conversation about the comparison, similarities, differences, and everything. So same goes to the Muslim friends of Daniela.
Mhm.
They are very firm.
Yeah.
In terms that Jesus is not God.
Yeah.
He's just man. He's just a prophet. There's only one God. God is not 3 in 1. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is still 1. They don't play such thing. They don't buy such idea.
Mm.
But compared to my other friends, my Chinese friends, Indian friends, they will be somehow affected by me.
Mm.
They will accept my ideas.
Yeah.
Just in the matter of time. But my Muslim friends, they are very firm.
Mm.
Their foundation is strong. Although they might not be practicing as being mentioned by Daniela as well, because I'm from a science background,
Mhm.
so I know that I need to do an experiment.
Mm.
I find a group of practicing Muslim and a group of non-practicing Muslim.
Mm.
So I preach about Christianity to them. So their response is the same. So I said, okay, so now this might not be the problem of my presentation.
Mm.
This might not be the problem of my marketing skill.
Mm.
It's their problem. Muslim by nature are stubborn. Okay, this is the conclusion I get.
Yeah.
So I made
very good scientific conclusion.
so I found that okay, I need to change. I need to change my strategy. I need to know about their own products
Yeah.
and find out the weaknesses.
Okay.
So I tell them this is your product, lousy product. Please come into my product.
Okay.
I say I want to find the weaknesses of Islam.
Mhm.
See, Islam is lousy. This and this and this. You're following a false prophet. I want to prove that Islam is wrong. I said that okay, now you are hopeless. Come to me. I have hope for you. Let's
Okay.
come to Christianity.
Okay.
So I start to study Quran. I
Okay.
start to study
Hadith?
Hadith
Mhm.
as well. I start to watch the video on debates.
Mhm.
Why debates? Because I want to see what are the strongest points used by the scholar from both sides.
Mhm.
What does Muslim says about Jesus? What does Christian say about Jesus?
Mhm.
So I want to see what are the points that going to be in debate. You know,
Mhm.
debate. They want to win their opponent.
Yeah, definitely.
So okay, so there's a junior of mine.
Yeah.
So she's a Muslim. She asked me because I share about Christianity to him as well. Christianity to him,
Mhm.
to her. She asked me, sir, call me sir.
Okay.
Sir, how much of your confidence about the book, the Bible that you are reading today,
Mhm.
is same as the Bible that have been revealed
Mm.
2,000 years ago?
Yeah.
Confidently, I answer 98% due to some of the Dead Sea Scroll, which is a trace back. Is 98% the same
Okay.
as the current copy.
Yeah.
So she asked me, why not 100%?
Mm.
I was stuck. No, why not 100%, right?
Mm.
She asked me, what if the 2% decided you to go into heaven or hell?
Mm.
Then is
That
risky.
is.
I said, okay.
Okay, that is a tough question.
She
Yeah.
gave me a Quran,
Mhm.
Chinese translation.
Mhm.
She herself is a Malay, and she gave me a Chinese translation. She ordered it from China
Mm.
with the tafsir, everything,
Mhm.
explanation. So I started to read deeply about what is Quran, what is Islam all about.
Mm.
So in the process of reading, because you say that you never read Bible, right? At least she read about Exodus. Okay. Bible is a narrative.
Yeah.
It's narration about stories. It's more like a history, storytelling.
Yeah.
But Quran is more the dialogue.
Mm.
So when I'm reading Quran, it feels like something is talking to me, including those warning. Because in Quran, in Surah Maida or Surah Maryam as well, it talks about what is the warning given to those Christian or those people who say that God had a son, God is three in one, such thing. So the warning is giving direct to me as a Christian.
Yeah.
I was like uncomfortable. I closed the Quran and put that. But I want to read again. I want to, because my mission is what? To find the weakness of Quran, of Islam.
Yeah.
But in the end, I found mistakes in Quran. But the mistake is with me. It's like I was studying psychology as well. There's one chapter talking about biasness. So bias is in which that I choose to believe something, and I gathered evidence to support my own belief, and to reject the evidence that against my belief. I said, okay, this is bias. So I'm in a journey of searching for truth. I believe that Christianity is the truth, but at the same time, Islam seems like interesting. But I said that, okay, now I'm attacking Islam. I said that, what if I'm in a state of bias? So the truth is not with me. I'm just playing with my own desire, just want to attack people, and so called. I said, if God knows this, He won't like me. Okay, so I said that, and now I'm going to be a neutral stand. So I said that I will read Quran again in another view. I will read Bible again in another view. In the end, I found that Quran had no mistake, but Bible have mistakes, and the belief of Christianity have mistakes as well. And in the end, I'm convinced that Quran is the word of God, never been changed for 1,400 years. So this is the thing that made me confident that Islam is the truth.
What was it that made it like the light bulb? Yeah, exactly. The tick.
Thing is that I studied thoroughly is that Islam is no problem, but people say that Islam is the religion of fake. I said that if Muhammad is a liar and Quran itself is a lie, this will be a very successful lie. And this is a lie that changed the most ignorant civilization on the surface of Earth. Because back in my 16 years old, we study in history about the Jahiliyah, the era of ignorance, where they planted the baby lively. So I say, if Quran is able, just a 600 pages thing, able to change the whole civilization until it conquered two-thirds of the world. I say, if this is a lie, I'm going to follow. I'm willing to be lied. So this is the light bulb. I say that if this is not from God, then it can be from where? I say that Islam doesn't teach you about you're going to murder people, you're going to rape people, you're going to rob from everyone. No, they didn't teach that thing. So I said that Islam basically is good teaching, just the perspective is wrong. So, and it had never been changed. So this is from God. Although I don't like it, because I hate Islam still. Just said, I want truth. I want God. I say, I pray to God. Because the time we have Jehovah, Jesus.
This was the time when you were still Christian.
I was confusing. I'm in a searching. Searching on truth. But then I was confusing. Which one is God? Until the state that, you see, I was a Christian for 5 years. And Daniela said that I'm very religious. You imagine, when a religious person, they don't have God, what are the withdrawal symptoms? Like a drug addict. He said, I don't know who to pray to. I don't know who to kneel down. I'm helpless. So I don't know who is God. I say that, God, I don't know which one is you. I don't know which one, but I want you to show me the straight. I want you to show me the way to you. Then after I read about Surah Fatiha, ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Oh, this is the prayer I made. No wonder Allah answered me. So, linguistically, I know that Jehovah has a name Elohim. And Elohim is plural in Hebrew language. Elohim, Ilah. Ilah, Allah. Al-Ilah. So, they are actually Jehovah and Allah is the same God, just different naming, different culture, different civilization. So I said, okay, I have no issue with God now. Okay, I have God. I know who is God. I know which is the word of God. although I don't know much about Prophet Muhammad, I know that he got wives. This is what I know, that he cannot write, cannot read.
Yeah.
He can listen and memorize. So I feel that, okay, this vessel, this channel has no problem. He can't fabricate. He has no ability to do that.
Okay.
So okay, Quran is from God. Allah is God. Settle.
Okay.
Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wa asyhadu anna Muhammad Rasulullah. Settle.
Okay, I'm going to want to come back to you on where do you took your shahada and the particulars. For you, Daniela, I want to know, what was it that made it tick? When did you realize that, okay, I want to be a Muslim?
I didn't realize. Actually, when
Okay.
I took my shahada, I didn't knew that I was doing my shahada.
Oh, okay.
It's like, because for me, he went on from books and stuff. For me, it was life. Life was taking me. So as I told you, I was like finding myself, like now what I'm going to do next and next. And as you ask God, I asked God the same. One day I was really sad, like really not depressed, but it's like, and I kneeled on the floor and I was crying and I said, God, I don't know what to do. I don't know who I am. I don't know where to go. Like, just please help me, you know. But I went to God directly.
Yeah.
I don't know why
First
I did.
time.
Yeah, first time. I was like crying, and I don't know what I'm feeling like this. I don't know. I swear I cannot recall much, but I remember I kneeled, and then I said, okay, let me look for masjid, and let me ask, like, because I've been reading just through internet. I didn't ask anyone. Well, I keep in touch with my friends, but it's like even one of them, he sent me a Quran in Spanish.
Okay.
When I read it, I said I never read the Bible. So I said, let me read this one. I never read the Bible, but for example, every Eastern, we have a lot of movies about Jesus, and I knew Prophet Yusuf, I knew Prophet Noah, Musa, all of them, through movies.
Okay.
So when I read that, I saw it has chapters, so I would say, okay, let me read that chapter. But it's like, I don't understand this chapter. Like, it goes, where does it finish, you know? And they say, okay, let me read something that I can relate.
Okay.
So I read Surah Maryam,
Okay.
Yusuf, because I know these names, you know?
Okay. Yeah.
So the same with me, like Surah Maryam, it says same, like it says like Christians, that is not I cannot recall, but they blame the Christian, the beliefs of the Christian. Then the story of Yusuf was pretty clear. The story of Musa, salam, like everything. I said, okay, but I said, the first book that the first chapter that I read was Baqarah. When I read Al-Baqarah, and I said, you cannot do this, you have to do this, you have to pay zakat, you have to pray, you have to, too much half. You know? So I said, no, this book is not for me. So it's not through knowledge, but most through life, like experiences. So then I looked for masjid, and I went to the masjid, and I swear to God, like, Allah is with you. I went because I said it was Eastern, so my parents went abroad. They were from traveling, and I didn't went with them. I didn't go with them.
Yeah.
So in that weekend, that Thursday, I went for the masjid, and I was looking for masjid. You know, but we are in Colombia, in Bogota, so we don't have masjid. So when I was walking around, I didn't find it. I looked to the others and walk here, walk there, and no sign, nothing. So I said, okay, I'm going home, like wasting of time. But something told me, like, don't go back to that place again, and just knock in this door. And I said, okay, let me knock in this door. Okay. So when I knock, and then a brother opened, and he said, this is the Masjid Istanbul, is the name? I said, yeah. So I said, okay. So he said, let me call the sister and she will assist you. It was closed because they were painting and doing some revelation.
Okay.
So when the sister came, she's also a convert, and then she
This was in Istanbul, in Turkey, or
no. The name of the Masjid is Istanbul. No, it's in
it's
Colombia.
not. It's in Colombia still. Okay, all right.
Yeah. So when the sister came to me, and I told her I want to know more about Islam. Like, I've been reading, but I just want, like, you to tell me what is it. So she told me, like, because I didn't have any, like, for me it was clear, okay, one God is perfect. I don't have to go to someone in between, perfect. Like, I don't have to go to the priest and tell my sins. I never did that. I feel, why do I have to tell him?
This person,
yeah, like, he's human. Like, why I have to tell him my stuff? Even I'm a good person. But why I have to tell him my
Yeah.
stuff. You know, you're also human.
Yeah.
So, and as I told you, for me, it was the woman thing. Because I'm so scared about, like, I will be oppressed. Will I be able to work? Will I be able to develop as a woman? You know, that's the thing. And then she showed me, like, the women is really protected. Like, we have a lot of rights. Islam is perfect. But as I told you before, it's culture. We mess up everything. You know, like,
True.
even, as I told you, when we become Muslim, actually in Colombia, it's like we follow, like, Arabs. Like, you know, we should have our own Muslim, like, Colombian Muslim, you know? Yeah, with our own traditions. Because for me, as I said, we love music and stuff. So I still, like, dance, and some of my friends, they don't, but I still
There is
do.
actually a lot of khilaf on these matters, so you know, maybe you can read into the khilaf on music and all.
Yeah, no, I always take everything easy, like, as far as I'm not, like, too, you know. So then I talked to the sister, and then she told me, like, come tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday. It's like the community prayer, so you will find more people and stuff. And she gave me some brochures and stuff, so I read the brochures. It was the same, like, Jesus in Islam. I said, for me, it's like Jesus. It's like Jesus is there, Virgin Mariam is there, even the angels are there. Because in Catholic we have a lot of idols, so we worship even the angels. You know?
Okay.
So everything is there. So I said, I don't have any problem with this. But it's like, I don't want to be Muslim, you know. It's like, I don't want to wear hijab. I'm not sure if I will pray, and to fast is too much. So I went on Friday to see. I listened to the khutbah. It was in Spanish.
That's good.
Yeah, but it's like, it doesn't have any sense. Like, I remember it was about Prophet Musa.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, okay, he's a good man. Like,
Nothing. Okay.
Yeah, like, I didn't have anything. So then I saw them praying and stuff. And usually they have lunch. They offer lunch. So I stayed in the lunch. I talked to some sisters, and then I went to the imam, and then I asked him, like, this is the same, like, is Islam, like, the truth, like, how to live in Colombia as a Muslim, is it easy, how to wear hijab, and this kind of stuff. And then he said, you believe in God? He said, like, the pillars, like, of faith. You believe in God, you believe in the books. I said, yeah, because in Catholic it's the same. We have almost the same. So then he wrote down in a piece of paper, and then he told me, let's go to the sisters area. So it's like, I did shahada, like, we were, like, sitting, and he said, repeat after me. And I just read the piece of paper, and I repeat. I said, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, ashhadu anna Muhammad Rasulullah. And then all the sisters, Mabruk, Alhamdulillah. I was like, what is this?
What's going on?
And then I think, I was like, okay, but inside of me, can I take it back? Can I take it back? Because as I said, for me, it comes all the duties, like, you must pray, you must wear hijab. The main thing is to wear hijab. How I'm going to wear hijab here? Everybody's going to look at me. So I said, no, I don't want to. But I went back home. They told me you have to take a bath and this and that, and he didn't know, like, why. And he gave me a book. Look, you have to pray like this. Even though I read, but I'm not so deep. So I watched on YouTube and stuff. I even remember when I read, you have to make wudu. Do they have to make it with soap? I don't want to put soap on my face, you know? I didn't know it was just water, right?
Okay.
Like, stuff like that. But then, like, I said, okay, let me try. Just let me try. Like, something tell me, you cannot judge without trying.
Yeah.
So let me try and see how it is. And alhamdulillah, there I am, like, still after.
So what made you feel more relaxed to wear the hijab and
like
do all the fara'id? Like, what made you more, like, did it happen all at once, or just little by little you started doing this, then you this?
It's little by little, as I told you. So in the beginning, I never read Quran at all. I went to the khutbah every Friday and shared to Muslims, and I read hadith though. I really read hadith, but it's sometimes I have a dog, for example. So I read this hadith that you cannot have a dog because the angels of mercy won't enter your house, and I was like, I don't want to get away from my dog, like it's my dog and I love him so much, and if I kick them, like my parents didn't know. I didn't tell them straight, like, hey, I'm Muslim. No. So when it's like I like now that every time that I tell my story, I don't agree in the way like I made shahada, because the brother should push me just like that, because also he said it's better like you make a shahada now, because what if you die? If you die as a non-Muslim, you go to hell, but if you die as a Muslim, you go to paradise. I don't care, I don't know the difference between. So I didn't like, and then when I asked him about this, like, I have a dog, so what should I do? And he said, you have to get away your dog. How am I to get away my dog? So now it's not like that, because then I saw like even a woman, like the woman that he didn't treat the cat properly, she went to hell, but the man who gave a dog a little of water, he went to heaven, So subhanAllah, then one day I was walking with my dog, and I was around the neighborhood, and I passed by to a house, and in this house I saw a woman like wearing hijab, and it took my attention, and then I saw another one. So I went inside and I asked, what is this? And she said, this is an Islamic study center.
Oh.
It was close to my house.
Okay. That is...
Yeah, I'm telling you, like, really Allah is with you.